Hello everyone, I am Fernando Soares and today I'm going to show you a way to paint fire and ice magic using Clip Studio Paint. For this process I will need a wizard to use as reference. My friend Dali volunteered for this task. He's an Omega level wizard in the MMORPG Tree of Satan.
Hello guys!
Now that we have our model, let's paint. When painting magic, whenever possible, I like to do it as a dangerous energy for both the wizard and his enemies. Something that must be respected, so we will paint as if the hand that is conjuring the fireball is becoming a kind of a super hot metal, like lava or magma. This surface needs to be reddish and go to a white yellowish in the warmer parts, and also become a light emitting surface. I decided to use the red to add volume and texture to the hand, as if the heat emanated from the fireball and was losing strength along the surface of the hand and the arm. The painting process is a back and forth using the brush tool and the blending tool. I use the thick paint gouache and a blending brush I bought from Eric Anthony J on Gumroad. Not every fire generates a dark smoke, but adding that makes that scene more dramatic, and the fire looks stronger and more dangerous. Exaggeration can be very useful in illustration, since we don't have the sensation of temperature, smell, or even movement that we would have near a fire in real life. I use some dark red to block the smoke and the smudge tool to mix the paint in the background, to give that smoke effect. The fireball I imagine as if it were like the melted core of the earth. A viscous material like lava, but brighter, like glass melt during its creation. I thought it would be cool too if a part of the smoke coming out of the fireball circulates around it, as if each has its own gravitational field. After all, why not? It's magic. At this point I saw that it would be better if I used some photographic textures to make the flames. I simplified the hand a little bit and repainted the fireball with fewer details. I went to texture.com, a cool website, to get some fire textures. After importing these images, we can blend them with the illustration by changing the layer mode to screen or lighting, depending on how you want to mix the textures with the painting. Try to position the flames so that they follow the shape of the surface you painted previously, and also the wind direction that was defined when painting the smoke. To finish, a layer in Color Dodge Edge on top of everything painted with an airbrush using a dark red helps to give that feeling of warmth and light, in addition to unifying the image as well. Whoa, it got hot in here. How about you cool down painting some ice? The process here is very similar to painting fire magic, only blue. Just kidding. With lava is a light emitter, ice is a translucent material, so the ambient light does not travel in a linear way through it, but a good part still passes through. Glacier ice tends to be bluer because the red part of the white light is absorbed by it, and the blue part is transmitted and scattered. The more the light has to travel through the eyes, the bluer it looks, so the core of the arm and hand are bluer and darker. I used the same gouache brush from the previous painting and the same smudge as well. I kept painting volume to the hand, always taking into account that it's a translucent material and not an opaque one. I add some variations in the painting to simulate light imperfections in the eyes, such as small air bubbles or deformation in the outermost layer, caused by natural wear and tear. Creating a layer in color dodge and using an airbrush with blue on top of the painting helps to give that appearance of light passing through the eyes, as if it glows a little. This background was not helping to give the feeling of cold that an ice magic deserves, so I cooled it down, and started painting a light mist around the hand. Ice also needs a little smoke to add drama, but while in the fire it is dark, dense and hot smoke that rises, the ice produces a clear mist, often pulled towards the white. This fog is cold, so it descends. Through this painting process I kept thinking about the possibilities of ice magic, how it could be used to damage the wizard's enemies. The one that best matched the pose of the hand was the creation of stalactites that would be launched in the target along with an icy mist that would freeze them. The process of painting these ice spikes is very simple, just remember that they are cylinders of ice. So, we have to take into account their three-dimensional shape and the fact they are translucent material, like the wizard's hand. The rest of the painting is just adding some details and refinement. Finally, we create a layer in normal mode and painted a light blue haze, to better unify the image and make the scene a little cooler. Well, that's it guys, we saw how to paint ice and fire magic using Clip Studio Paint. Let's stop now because our model needs to rest and rejuvenate both of his hands. When he gets better, maybe we can paint a little shock magic. Thank you very much, good drawings, and if you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe.